When my mom passed, my brothers had to, and my sisters had to do their best, look for something to bring on the table for just to feed me.
To take care of you.
Yeah, I started seeing some changes in my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had some facial hairs.
Yeah.
Like today you could find two.
Yeah.
Tomorrow,
They
at
multiply.
the end of the week, you could find like 6 of them.
Yeah.
So I had to plug them out. I can remember there was a time I decided that I'm going to burn my chin.
Oh Lord.
I even had applied some paraffin.
That you're here. Now, can you please tell our viewers, what's your name? Who is Mary? Where are you from? What do you do?
Oh, my name is Mary. I come from a small village in Kirinyaga. I'm currently studying in a campus and pursuing my dreams and the goals that I'd like to do.
So you were born in Kirinyaga.
Yeah.
So now you live in Kirinyaga or you live in Nairobi?
No, currently I live in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you were born in Kirinyaga, I want to know, do you have brothers? Do you have sisters? You know?
No, actually, my story is a very, very confusing kind of a story, because I came to realize when I grew up, I come from a family of 6 plus the mom and the dad. But when my mom passed when I was, I guess, 3.5 years old, my dad was the kind of dad who would, after, the mom was our breadwinner, who would come home and bring food on the table. My dad was they are called how? Those
polygamist.
Yes.
He had more than one wife.
Yeah.
All right.
So immediately after my mom passed,
yes,
so my dad had to go to another woman.
Oh.
Yeah, the situation was kind of sad because we had no one. Then I was the youngest.
And you were 3 years old by that time?
Yeah, I was 3 years old.
Were you the firstborn?
No,
Okay.
I had 4 sisters and 2 brothers.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I was left the last born.
Okay.
So when my mom passed, my brothers had to, and my sisters had to do their best, look for something to bring on the table for just to feed me.
To take care of you.
Yeah, by that time I was very, very young, and I had not yet started school because at the age of 3, someone.
Yeah, you're still a baby.
Yeah, I was still breastfeeding.
Yeah.
So
What killed your mom? She got sick.
yeah,
Okay.
she got. She was engaged into alcohol.
Oh wow.
No, so I guess by the age of, because she died at the age of, I guess it was 28.
28.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
Very
she gave
young.
birth. She gave birth to us when she was young.
Yeah.
Yeah, because when she gave birth to me, she was 28 years. When she gave birth to me,
Maybe 20 because you were 3.
yeah. So
that
28
means-
minus 3,
Yeah.
25 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she was engaged in drugs, mostly alcohol, because at some time she could sell alcohol. And when she grew up, she was already old and immature, but there was some side effect because of the alcohol. The alcohol damaged the heart,
liver,
the livers,
The
and
kidneys.
yeah, so the livers weakened, and
That's
it led.
how- Okay, and now your mom has passed on. You are 3. She's left you with 3 other siblings. You are the last born, and your dad has moved on to his first or second wife. Was it? Was your mother first or second wife?
Actually, I can't
Even
recall,
tell.
but what I know is that the dad was a polygamous man.
Did he leave and not take care of his family at all? Is your dad still alive today?
I believe so.
Oh, you believe so? You don't have a relationship with your dad?
No, but I believe he's still alive.
Oh my God! How do you not have relationship with your dad? What happened?
I even can't recall the face, because I've never, even my sisters and brothers did not had that dad and children relationship that much.
Okay.
My father was more concentrated in another family than our family.
Okay.
In our family, I can just say that she only looked after my mom. She was the main concern,
His main concern was your mom, not the children.
not the children at
Now,
all.
your mom died when you were 3. I really want our viewers to get this. Now, you're left to be catered for by your siblings. Now, you grew up okay because you are here, but how did that affect you when you finally, okay, as a baby at 3 years old, I suppose you knew your mom, but you didn't have a lot of memories with your mom because you're still a baby. Is it true?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No,
Do you still have any memory of your mother because you are too young?
no, at the age of 3,
Yeah, you
my mind can't recall
Exactly.
Yeah, so I don't have that image, or I can't recall even calling my mom.
and you can't even call your dad.
Yeah.
So literally your brother and sister became your parents.
Yeah.
How was that growing up?
No, actually, I did not grow up with my siblings,
No?
with my elder brothers and sisters.
No?
Because it came to, we had stayed since my mom left.
Yeah.
And passed on.
Yeah.
So my brothers and sisters had to take care of me. They had to feed me. They had to do something just to bring food onto the table and feed me. But the situation got, they were not that mature enough,
Yeah.
and they were not stable.
Yeah.
They were just also struggling out there.
Okay.
So it happened that there was a kind old lady
Yeah.
living around, and she saw how they were struggling, and I was still like a small baby.
Yeah.
So, and also she couldn't manage to take care of all of us.
Yes.
So she saw how it was even tricky. I could sometimes sleep hungry, and I was still 3 years old.
You need milk. You need
Yes. So she was just concerned, and she had some friends at a small village, around our town, children's home.
Oh.
Yes, because she had worked there as a worker for a couple of years.
Yeah.
So she had connected me there. That is where I grew up.
So, at the age of 3, your mother died. Your sibling could not take care of you because they were also young. So you were then taken by children's home.
Yes.
At this time in your village.
Yeah, and my brothers and sisters, they had to come back to Nairobi. They came back with my aunt.
Oh, your auntie adopted them.
After I was taken to a children's home.
But the bigger one she took.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you see, we had been separated.
So you were separated from there.
Yeah. Till that time, I haven't seen my brothers and sisters.
You don't know your brothers and sisters? You're gonna make me cry.
No.
So you were born 5 of you.
Yeah, plus me 6.
So 6, and you don't know your brothers and sisters?
No.
The people you know is the people you grew up with in the children's home. Now, for how long did you stay in this children's home?
To date.
To date? You're
Yes.
still in the children's home?
No. Last year,
Yeah.
because last year but one,
Yeah.
I had finished my Form 4.
Yeah.
So when I came back I continued with my studies at the campus. So I had to, it is in the village. I had to come back into Nairobi. Yeah, and in that children's home, we grew up like knowing that this one is your brother, this one is your
Of
sister
course.
in Christ.
Yes.
So there are the elder one. So we had a good connection with one of the girl named Alice. She was the eldest, and she really loved me like her younger sister. So she's now married off, and she's living in Nairobi.
Okay.
So when I came and I joined campus, so
She hosted you.
she hosted me. Now currently I'm living with her.
So that's your sister now.
Yeah.
Even though
consider
she's
her
not
more-
your blood sister, but she's literally there for you as your blood sister.
Yes.
Wow, do you long to see your brothers and sisters?
Yes, actually, it is something that everybody at my state would really yearn to see her real sisters and her brothers, because you can't blame them for the separation. It was the situation.
There's nothing they could have done. They were too young to take care of you or themselves. Literally, if you tell me your mom died when she was 28 and she had you when she was 25, it clearly tells me all your siblings were less than 10 years old. So they really could not take care of you and take care of themselves.
Yeah.
So all this time how was this? Tell us a little bit of how was your life in this children's home? Were they kind? Were they...
By the time I came to realize myself, I guess I was around 8 years old.
Yeah.
Because you remember I was
A
at
baby.
3 years when I joined the children's home.
Yes.
So I grew up because
There.
the environment was just conducive.
Yeah.
So I grew up. I adopted the environment
Yeah.
and the situation.
Yeah.
So by the time I came to realize myself, I was about 8 years old. That was when I came to know that there was someone, because as you enter into that children's home, all your report is written into a file. You have a file that holds all your report. So
Who are you? Which family do you come
Yeah. So the old lady who connected me to the children's home, who used to work there.
from? Yeah.
So I came to realize that everyone has a story.
Yes.
Because if you go to a children's home,
Yes.
so the old lady who brought me into the children's home,
Mhm.
I came to realize that everyone has a story before he or she joins the children's home. That's where I came to realize that some kids were from the streets, some were abandoned and some were adopted in the children's home. But something used to cross my mind, and I really used to ask myself, if all these children in this children's home have a different kind of a story, what's my story?
So you started now
Yeah.
digging.
And every story was very sad, so I could imagine mine was worse.
Oh Lord.
So this is what I did. I started asking myself those kind of questions, because I had a friend who was called Sylvia
In the same.
in the same children's home.
Yeah.
And she had a very touching story that her mom abandoned her and left her. She wanted to kill her.
Oh no, when she was a baby.
Yeah, but she was not that young. She
Yeah.
was at the age of 6 years.
Yeah.
So the mom never wanted her.
Yeah.
So she wanted to get rid of her.
Yeah.
So she left. They were living in a small Mabati house.
Yeah.
The mom tried to get rid of her because she thought that she was a big burden to her. Even she had some scars that you could see her and you could feel very pity. Half of the body was burnt. You could still see the scars.
Oh my God, that's a sad. And people, I apologize. We are doing this video at Timeless Medical Spa. Work is still ongoing, and you will know why as we continue with the story why we are doing it at Timeless Medical Spa. Yeah. So please, when you see people passing by, just know it's because we are still at Timeless Medical Spa, where people are still working as usual. It's a working day. So this sad story now. This baby, the mother wanted to kill the baby.
So that she became my best friend. She could share with me her joys and her sorrows. So I
because how she could recall, because she was 6, so she
Yeah.
remembered her mother and everything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now I used to ask myself, if her story is like this and we are in the same institution, what could be my story?
Yeah.
I started guessing, maybe my mom aborted me, someone took me. So I started asking myself those questions, because in that children's home they avoid giving you the sad stories
Of course.
to keep you moving,
Of
to
course.
motivate you.
Of course. And they want you to be happy children, so they
Yeah.
want to give you the sob stories of your past.
But the best thing about that girl, she could recall her story.
because she was older when she got
And I used to ask her, and what was the main reason why you came to this place? She told me, I never even knew the meaning of a children's home. She told me this is where people who were abandoned, people who were street, people who were neglected by their parents, this is the place where they come from. So I started telling her, since I don't know my family, maybe I was just a street girl, I was abandoned. And I used to ask myself those questions. And I had there was a staff member who was really fond of me. I used to ask her, could you tell me my story where
where did I come from?
Yes, because I didn't have that set of a beginning. That I really wanted to know the main reason why I came to the children's
Did she
home.
ever tell you?
No, she used to ignore the question.
Yeah.
But that was the doubt that really hit my mind, and I made it my mission that before I left the place, I have to know the main reason why I ended up in the children's home.
How did you get to know?
This is what I did when I was at the age of I was in grade 7. I performed very well, and when you bring your performance into everyone was as how you performed, you used to bring all your report cards and give it to the leaders. Like we had our mom,
Okay.
the owner of the institution.
Yeah.
We used to call her mom.
Yes.
And the husband, we used to call her dad, because she acted like a mother to all of us.
Of course, she was your mother.
Yeah, so I performed very well, and I attached my report form, and she told me to take them to where all the files were. So that was where, and in that office there was some admission forms and some files. I was very curious because there was not there. If you had a chance to see the file.
The file, when you go to the main office now,
Yeah.
the administration block.
You will know the reason, because that was I never had a sense of a set of beginning.
You just have that void inside of you. I can only imagine you had the void of inside of you wanting to know, who am I? Who is Mary? What's my beginning? Where are my parents? If at all any.
What I knew in
Yeah.
my mind is that I knew that I had a sad story that made me came into the children's home. That's why I wanted to find out. But in my mind, I had already set my mind that the story is not interesting.
So you were already prepared in whatever
Yes,
you're going to find in your file.
I was ready for everything.
So what did you find in the file? Did you find the file, by the way?
I found the file and I stole the file.
Oh, you stole the file, you
Yeah.
bad girl. Uh-huh.
I had to. I was very curious.
Uh-huh.
And my friend helped me, and I get away with the file. I
Yeah.
got away with the file.
Yeah.
And at night, when people were still studying,
Sleeping, yeah.
or I don't know, because I can remember the lights were off,
Okay.
and there was outside the children's home. There was a pavement that used to had lights.
Ah.
So that was where I
went there.
I went there at night, and I used to sleep next to my best friend. She was called Sylvia. I woke her up and I told her to take me outside so that I can read it. I perused the pages, and the first page, well, I saw the old lady,
Who brought you there?
the photo and her name.
Ah.
So, and because she was very old, because there was a time she used to come into the children's home, but the main agenda of coming to the children's home
Was to see you?
yes, most of the time she could come and she could bring something, and
She was still kind to you?
yes, she was very kind that she could bring something
Yeah.
and said, or just do something that could
Just
make
treat
me
you nice.
yes,
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah.
I became curious, why is this lady so
So
kind?
kind.
I'm not related to her. I saw her photo, her identity, her all personal details, and next to there was my story. That was where I read my story. I saw that my mom passed away. That was where I get everything that I'm saying.
That's where you led it
Yes,
from.
that I
And now
got
let
from
me
the
stop you
tribe.
for a minute. Now you've known your story, where you've come from. You know your siblings were taken by your auntie. Was there any detail about this auntie who took your siblings in that file? No?
No, I have. What I can recall is that I have two aunties. The one who took my siblings and my elder sisters and brothers, I can't recall, but I know about her.
Did she ever came to see you? No?
No.
So they really there was no communication.
No
completely.
communication. No, I knew that I was all alone in this world. I was left all alone.
And your father never came looking for you?
No, but yes.
How did this make you feel? Now that, okay, you are 3. Now we are sitting here. You said you stayed in this children home until how old?
Until 19.
19.
18.
18. Before
Yeah.
you came to live with a sister now from this children's
Children's
home.
home.
How did that make you feel? I mean, growing up I understand you were loved there, because clearly, even the person you're living with now, she's your big sister from this same children home.
Yes.
But is there a time you despaired in life and wondered, why me?
Yes, I've been into that situation
Mm-hmm.
whereby even into the same children's home.
Yeah.
Some of the kids who are brought in there,
Yeah.
sometimes their family members could come and see them. Those like their elder sisters, so they could come.
They had visitors,
Yes.
literally.
So I was all
And you
alone.
didn't have nobody.
Yeah, nobody could come and just visit me. So I used to ask myself, why is it happening? By that time I was still naive, and I was still a kid.
Mm.
I had that desire that I wish even someone could recognize me and come and also pay a visit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I used to feel very bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the best thing is that my friend Sylvia, I know Sylvia, if you're watching it, I love you, Bing.
Aww. She's the one that kept you going. She gave you the strength you needed. It's all right, sweetie. It's okay to cry. You've been through so much. It's all right. It's all right. So where's Sylvia now?
Sylvia, she was took by her. I don't know. She had a brother, an elder brother. So even she didn't get a chance. Let me speak in Kiswahili.
Whatever you're comfortable with, please.
Okay, this Sylvia. When I was in form 2, alikujiwa na brother yake.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he was just a relative, but they looked alike. So I'm just
Family member,
Yeah.
somebody who was family member.
Yeah,
Akamkujia.
yeah, and that was the end
That's
of her. She
Hujai
never
muona
returned.
tena. Oh, no communication.
And by that time I was still in school. So when I came back after we had closed for the holiday, I was told that Sylvia had gone.
Oh yeah. Lakini shule ulisoma. So they were paying for school fees, the children home. So at least you got the education.
Yeah.
Are they still the one paying for your education now?
Yes.
Wow, so they're that kind. That is your real family.
Yes, they're still supporting us because you know, if they see a potential in you,
Yeah, because you're smart cookie. You just told us you perform well.
yeah, if they see a potential in you, they still support you to achieve all your dreams and all your goals.
Yeah.
Because in that situation, in that institution, we have a number of cases that children from that place who are really successful out there, and they are very important, useful members in the society. So it's a good place, and it has inspired so many kids out there, and it has also given some of the kids, including me, a hope.
May God bless you. Anybody there who is learning a children home, may God bless you, because a child like this one the mother died when she was 3. If it wasn't people like you, we don't know what her story would be. We don't know whether she would still be alive today. But she's sitting here because of people, generosity, people like you who take this life and say, you know what, these kids are my life. They're going to be my children. I'm going to adopt them. I'm going to, may God bless you, because it takes a lot of grace to do that. And I hope a lot of us can just, have that kind of heart. So don't you think so? Don't you think so? Now, I know, history yako sinirefu, na it's really, like I said from the beginning, it's got sweetness in it and it's got sadness into it. Now tumekuja, you're now 18, and then you start having an issue. Why we are here at Timeless today? I know people are wondering, why are they doing this video at Timeless? The reason we are doing this video at Timeless, I had this young lady's story, and because for those who follow me, I also own a medical spa and I treat skin. And this lady, I was told, she now started having issue of hair on her shin. For all who are watching me, that's a condition that most women can have because of hormonal imbalances. It can also be triggered by stress. There's so many reasons why it could be also be triggered by medication you're taking, and you can start growing hair in places you don't want the hair to grow. And when did that start happening to you, Mary?
Okay, I was in Form 4.
Yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Second term.
Yeah.
No, it was first term at the end of the term.
Yeah.
I started seeing some changes in my skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had some facial hairs.
Yeah.
Growing under my chin.
Yeah.
And I started asking myself, what could it be? And I never thanks God to Corona, because you have your mask on 24/7.
Yeah.
And the best thing about schools is that a mask is mandatory, is a must. So nobody knows that
you have started developing that.
Yeah, but I still had to keep it as a secret, because I was experiencing a lot, and I had by that time, you remember, I said that my best friend, who I could only share with,
she'd left.
Yeah, she left.
So now you are alone again.
I'm all alone.
Yeah.
I have no one to share my situation, nobody close to me, and even those who are close to me, we are not that close that I can disclose myself.
Yeah.
So nobody realized that
You
I'm
were suffering in
from
silence.
autism.
Yeah.
But what I know, that most of the people maybe in my class could ask me, why are you always putting on your mask 24/7? I could separate myself from the rest and just eat by myself, because I wanted to keep it as a secret. So nobody realized what I was going through, but I was the only one who could know the kind of situation that I was in. So I was suffering also from a depression. You know that in Form 4 I have to sit for my exam.
Yeah.
I also have some hairs disturbing me.
It's stressing you out.
I was so stressed out that I had no solution. I had lost hope at all.
Yeah.
It was very hard for me to cope with the situation.
So what did you do? Now you mentioned there, let's just back up a little bit. You realize you're having this condition now, nobody to talk to, you sank into depression. How did you deal with it? You couldn't even find a teacher, somebody to open up to?
No, I had no. I realized the changes, but the hair growing under my chin, they were growing in a number. Like today you could find two.
Two, yeah.
Tomorrow,
They
at
multiply.
the end of the week, you could find like 6 of them.
Yeah.
So I had to plug them out.
Yes.
At some point.
Yes.
Because as the more I was growing, the more the hair too were growing. So
The more you pluck, the more they multiply.
yeah, the more they multiply. So that was the thing that I used to do. So it was hard to realize that I was suffering from this situation. So this is what happened. I continued plugging out my hair until I finished my Form 4. But in 2020, I realized that I was not the only one who was suffering from this.
You saw
problem.
some other people with
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
I went into the social media, Instagram.
Yeah.
And I also saw one of people also suffering from the same situation, but I never digged deep into the story. But there is this one thing that really inspired me. I used to watch Switch TV. So there's this lady who was interviewed. I don't know if it was Tamina, but she was interviewed, and she owns also medical spa at what, I don't know the place, but she had a story. She was interviewed, and she said that she's a trichologist who has performed those several surgeries. But I couldn't reach out to anyone, so I just thought about it. I did some research, and I also saw that I was not the only one suffering from this problem. But I had, according to what I'm pursuing right now, it really gave me a hope that
At this point, I just want to know, at this point where you were helpless and everything, what was going on in your mind? Did you ever, sometimes we hear young people, when they feel like, oh, this is the end of me, they start thinking, I'm going to take my life away, or I'm going to do something drastic. Did any of this thought ever come to you?
Yeah.
We didn't want you to be honest, because for somebody who is watching there,
definitely.
Yeah.
For someone who is going through a situation like mine, could really think of so many ways how to get rid of yourself, I know there are some of the people watching out there, you are suffering from this situation. I know you've ever come across the situation where you want to do crazy things with your body. Like I can remember there was a time I decided that I'm going to burn my chin.
oh Lord,
I even had applied some paraffin.
you thought if by doing that it's gonna go
The skin is going to
burn them.
Yeah. I thought for some times, but the good thing is that I prayed before. Before I started the video, I didn't say that I'm a born again believer.
Amen.
So I prayed before I decided. I had first applied the paraffin. I used a sponge, then applied my paraffin to this point, and decided that I'm going to burn my skin. But something hit my mind, and I decided to say, what if I die? So I took my last prayers. But the best thing is that as I was going to lit the
matchbox now to burn your face,
something stopped me. I guess it was the
Holy Spirit in you,
the in me,
in you,
yeah,
that small voice inside of you,
yeah,
that
the
speak.
in voice.
You just told us you're born again, so I'm believing this is God that just somehow stopped you.
Yeah.
What was the feeling you felt then?
I felt that this is not the right way, because even after burning myself, or even after burning my chin, something could happen to me. I might die. And I also
now you're gonna be left with that degree burns that you now have to deal with.
So I saw that it was not a good solution or idea at all. So when I went to my campus, there was a very good counselor out there. There was a good counselor who used to inspire me a lot. I looked up to her because she was also a humble and a born again believer. So, and every time she was told to give a speech in front of the students or to say something to encourage the student, she could she could say that she's open and she's always ready to listen to everyone. But I had fear in me that what if I go and share with her my situation? I haven't shared with anyone. What if I share with her my situation and she she exposed my secret? So at the first point I was afraid, and I said, no, let me continue
living my life this way.
I came to a decision when I thought about my life, and I saw all the challenges, all the situations that I've gone through when I was young, and I asked myself, this is not the kind of life that I want to live when I grow up. I have to change myself, and by changing myself I have to make a decision. So I can remember it was on Tuesday. I met the dean of students, and he connected me with the counselor, and even I heard that it was very hard to reach the counselor. You had to go through many processes, but I thank God because even the day did not end. The counselor responded to me, and she said that she's ready to see me whenever I'm ready. So I just took a step and walked into her office. She was very kind enough that I was free to share. I shared with her my situation, and I could see her sympathizing with me. I told her what I was going through, and she gave me a hope. She told me to give her my details in case of anything. She will let me know. Luckily enough, even before the end of the day, she gave me a response that there is someone who is ready and willing to help me. She gave me her contact, and that's why she gave me Perry's contact,
and that's why we are
details,
here.
And
for that, you counselor, you know yourself. We're not going to mention your name. You know yourself. May God bless you and continue doing the good work you do of encouraging people and of honestly saving people's life, because you don't understand. Me and you have talked about so many things, and in this life it's just about helping each other and holding each other's hands. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have met this young lady, and she wouldn't be here today to be helped, because she's here today because we're going to be doing her treatment. We've taken on her treatment. We're going to walk this journey with her, and hopefully we'll solve this problem by the grace of God, and she can assume her normal life. By the way, Mary, so do you have, through all this going on, did you ever made another good friend in college? Now, do you have a boyfriend? Do you have all these things?
No, actually, I don't have a boyfriend. It looks funny. Because at my age, everyone always asks me, why don't you have a boyfriend? Everyone is having a boyfriend at this age, but I made a personal decision that, considering what I've gone through, I made a personal decision that I will first prioritize my studies. I'm going to put them as my top priority. Because it's just by next year I should be finishing
your studies.
And
now you can pursue looking for a job, and then you can think about love after that.
Because I have friends who have gone through very many heartbreaks, and they can still move on. But looking at myself, I don't know if I can bear heartbreak. So for this time, for this moment, I've just prioritized my studies.
No, the reason I ask that, because I'm like, we're here today. You're a very strong girl. You've shared your story, and I thank God for you to be that, and to just share your truth. Yes. Now, from today, we're going to start the laser. The next section we're going to be doing laser treatment to try and treat your, remove the hair of your chin. Of course, it's not going to be a one-time journey. We're going to walk this journey with you, and hopefully in 6 months or so, we're going to do another video follow-up of where you are right now. But I know you have, obviously, as a young woman, what is one thing something that you aspire to become in future? How do you see your future? I know your beginning wasn't very rosy. I know you've gone through tough things, but now you say you have a relationship with God. You know that you were not born by accident. You know, even through all what you've gone through, that you still haven't finished your purpose in this world. So who do you see Mary being in the next 5 years? What is your aspiration? Who is going to be Mary in the next 5 years?
Okay. What I know is that I might not have the perfect beginning.
Yes.
But all I know is that my future is not determined by where I come from. I know I have a bright future waiting for me out there, and that I'm going to fight for what I want. I might have gone through a lot.
Yes.
But I know and I trust the process that
God will do
good things,
yes.
And that 5 years to come,
yeah,
I'll be a great person out there,
yeah,
a very inspiring woman,
yeah,
and so many people look up to me.
Now, looking at that camera, Mary, there's a young man who is watching you right now. Might not even be so young. It could be somebody of my age who is going through what you're going through, who must have had a rough beginning in life, and they're still struggling with it. They've sunk into depression. They don't know how to get out of it. I thank God that you got out of yours and you are here, studying here. And I'm sure, yeah, we can sit here and say, yeah, you got out of it. But I'm sure you still go through some nights or days where you don't feel so happy, and the past trying to pull you back, and that voice that telling you, I don't know what it tells you. Maybe there's a voice that tells you, oh, you're not good enough, or you're not loved, or you're whatever. What do you do when you hear those voices? Or when what would you tell the person watching us right now, that young person who is right now going through that? How can you inspire them? What advice can you give them?
Okay, to anyone who is watching this and you're going through a situation similar like mine, I would like to encourage you that no situation is permanent. Believe in the positive, always be in the positive. Everyone might be against you, but just follow your instinct, because there is always a hope. Pray and God will do wonders.
And always seek help. Right? You are here because you had the strength to seek help, right? Even though that voice kept on telling you, no, I want to hold this secret to myself. I don't want to tell somebody about my past. I want people in college to know me like this strong woman who's got it all together. But eventually there was that strength in you that said, no, I can't deal with this. I need somebody to hold my hands. So please, if you're watching us and you have something disturbing you, you're going through some, hard time in life, just look for someone that you get. Imagine there's always someone. I know the voice inside us tell us, oh, nobody cares. Nobody will, if I tell somebody, they're just going to expose me. But listen. All you have is to look for someone, open up, speak, and you never know what God is going to do through that person. Seek for help. Please seek for help.
And just remember that problem shared is
problem
solved.
Very good. Problem shared is a problem solved. Anyway, we're going to end this interview here for now, because we're going to go do a treatment for Mary, and we're going to show you doing her first ever laser hair removal treatment, and we will end the show there while we are doing the treatment. As you can see, we've changed. Now here is Paris, the medical esthetician, doing the treatment. I'm going to do her first treatment of a laser hair removal. She's going to be coming to Timeless Medical Spa for the next 6 months. And after the 6 months, we're going to actually do another video as a follow-up to make sure that she actually got treatment that she wanted. So we're going to be combining a laser hair removal and electrolysis hair removal, but today we're going to be doing laser hair removal. So we thank Timeless Medical Spa for sponsoring this video and also sponsoring this treatment for the next 6 treatment. So Mary, are you ready? We've already discussed what you're gonna feel. We've prepared the face, so I'm just gonna start the treatment, right? If at any time you feel it's too much, the heat is too much or anything, just let me know, yeah? But I'm gonna try and be as quick as I can, all right? So let's do this. Mary, can you smell your hair burning? Yeah, you can smell that. And you have some on your neck too. Bite the lips for me? Yes, thank you. So you guys who are watching me, we are using laser to kill the hair shaft from the root, so it can treat her skin and her hair. So it will treat the hair that is on growth mode, and every month when she comes, the hair will keep on reducing, and the phenomenon we are hoping for is that eventually it stop growing as rapid as it's doing now, because right now she said it's growing every week. She has some hair coming out. So my dear, I'm gonna ask you to turn this way. Thank you. I don't know whether you guys, you can see the hair burning there. You can see little smoke. Laser hair remover is the best for treating facial hair or body hair for those, you know, who have unwanted hair in their body. You can do hair removal in your armpit, in your growing, in your private area. You can do it, you know, in your hands. A lot of people come for hair removal because they don't like to see hair on their back. So please don't suffer in silence. You can always do this treatment, especially those women who are having this issue because of hormonal imbalance. Please do come to Timeless Medical Spa for this treatment. We only charge you, if it's a whole face, 6,000 Kenya shilling only. But if it's just for your chin, it's only 3,000. So you see, it's very affordable. Don't suffer in silence, but you need to know that it will take 6 to 12 treatments to do this hair removal treatment for you to see the result. And some people, it might even be more than that, to be quite honest. It all depends with the hair type you have, depends with the color of your skin, it depends with your consistency, you know, all these things which we'll talk about when you come here. Since this is her first time, I don't want to do so many passes because we just have to observe her skin and see how it's going to react on laser. So I think I'm going to be stopping here because I feel she's gotten enough treatment for day one. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for subscribing to this YouTube channel. Thank you for sharing this story with somebody that you know need this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. May God bless you. May God keep you. Like, subscribe, share. God bless you. Until next time, remember, there are so many other stories in this YouTube channel. Go to the next story also and enjoy yourself. From me and Mary.